everyone. I thought I would come on and do a video of a couple of items. I think there's about 11 items that I've sold at auction. I thought I'd give this a go just because, well, just to try something new really. I've been doing it for a couple of months now, on and off I would say. I didn't really do much of this in December, but coming back into January I have gone back to it. And what I started doing was all of the new items that I was listing that week, I would just put them onto an auction rather than straight onto a buy it now price. Yeah, so a couple of reasons really why I gave it a go. One, like I said, was just to try something new and try something different. It can sometimes be a bit repetitive doing the same thing over and over again. And so I thought I'd just give this a go. Another reason as well is I do wonder if you're reaching different customers through doing auction rather than buy it now. Maybe a different type of customer base. And the other thing as well is I'm on the middle tier shop subscription and you get 300 free auctions, well, free in quotation marks. You get 300 auctions included basically in your shop allowance. So I thought it was a good way of making use of them. So some things to know before I go into what's sold. I think the first point is that I always started the auctions at the exact same price that I would have done as a buy it now. And there's a couple of reasons why I did this. One was that it was less admin, so that when the items didn't sell on auction, I could then just go into my unsold folder on eBay and just do a quick relist as buy it now without having to spend time adjusting prices, because that can be quite time consuming, I find. And of course, the main reason to get the price that I wanted, I certainly didn't want to be pricing things, if I wanted to get 40 for it, I didn't want to price it at 25 to try and entice buyers, because if I just got one bid, it meant I was sort of £15 out of pocket. So that was another reason. And another reason to doing it as well was just sort of creating activity on the account. It's nice throughout the week to have a couple of bids coming in and knowing that in a few days' time that you're going to have that sale there. And, it's almost in a way, I suppose, for some days guaranteeing that it's not going to be a zero sales day. The other point I want to make as well is sometimes, very, very rarely though, this does not happen often. Sometimes, I think because as well this doesn't happen often because I'm starting off at the buy it now price. Sometimes the items do go for a little bit more money. Like I said, it rarely happens, and when it does, it is not by a lot. It also means that the items that do sell on an auction, and I generally tend to find it to be a 10% sell-through rate, the items that do sell on auction are then, they've been listed and they've sold within a week. And that's when it goes successfully. And then the items that don't sell on an auction, I end the auctions at about 8 p.m, roughly around that time. And the auctions that don't sell then just get straight on listed into a buy it now price. So yeah, I thought I'd make them points before we actually go and have a look at what has sold. So we'll just get straight into it now. So the first item here is this Lockmere. So it's a Scottish cashmere, 100% cashmere. 100% cashmere, I'm sure most people know by now, is something that you want to look out for. It is a very expensive fabric or material, and even supermarket brands can do quite well. So this is a woman's jumper and it's size 18. It's one of those awkward colours. I don't like to get too specific on colours. It's a pale blue, greeny kind of colour, so I just put both of that in there. And I paid £5 for this, and that sold, so within all of these will have sold within the first week because of how an auction goes. They're all on 7-day auctions as well, because it's only 7 days that you get free within your allowance. You don't get, is it 1 day they do, and 3-day and 10-day? I don't think those are included in your shop allowance. So really happy with that sale. That's a nice profit on that one. This woman's sea salt top, it's a size 20. Sea salt, let me get the label for you. That's the label. They tend to do like organic cotton. I think most of the things are. And this one had this really nice anchor print on it, and it had these pockets down here as well. I always think these sort of tunic styles with the pockets are a good style to go for if you can see them. So I paid £2 for this one, and this one had a little bidding war, a tiny bidding war. I originally priced it at £18.99 and it got 2 bids and went for £22. Next are these Topshop tall women's trousers. They're size 10 and these were actually new with tags. So from their Topshop tall range. They had this like zip detail on the ankles. They're black, like faux leather. I don't think you can see it here, but I've written vegan, like vegan leather in the title. I paid £6.99 for these, and again, a tiny little bidding war. I think I started these at £21.99. I think bidding war is maybe a bit too ambitious of a word. It's not really a bidding war, I think, when you get 2 bids. But these ended up getting bid up to £23. I tend to find like faux leather in skirts, trousers, dresses can really do quite well, especially in brands as well, like Topshop, for example, but also your high street brands like River Island, Zara. This was a nice find. I paid £10 for this woman's 360 cashmere. I showed this on Instagram. That's the label for it there. So 360 cashmere is worth, I think, paying up for. It was a woman's jumper and it was quite oversized. The thing with cashmere is you want to make sure, well, A, that it has no holes in. That can happen quite frequently. And that it's not feeling too tight, like it's been washed basically in a wash setting that it shouldn't have been. So I paid £10 for this one, and this one got a bid at £79.99. So again, really happy with how that went. This woman didn't pay for a few days, so I thought that possibly she might not pay for it. I did actually have to open up a unpaid item case, but she ended up paying for it once that case had been opened. So yeah, was glad that she did go ahead and pay for it. On the auctions that I have been running lately, I don't tend to find that I get many non-paying buyers. It's not a huge issue that I tend to have. This woman's white stuff top, I showed this on my Instagram. I've become particular in what kind of white stuff it is that I'm picking up. Anything with a nice print, and also within the white stuff range, if it has a good like fabric content, so if it's either like a linen, a cashmere, a wool, I will go ahead and grab them if it's the right price and the right item. This one here had a really nice, I don't know if you can see it, like a deer, just a tiny little deer print on it. And I think prints can be really important when you're picking stuff up. If something's got a cute print on it, especially if it's an animal print as well, like a little dog print or a little fox print, something like that, then it really helps me decide whether I want to go ahead and buy it. People do like, I think, little cute animal prints on their clothing. So I paid £4.50 for this one, and when I saw it I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe I can get like, I don't know, between £15 and £20 for this one. But when I researched it, actually this particular white stuff print goes for a bit more money. So I decided to put it on at £25, and I did get one bid on it, so was really happy to get that for a white stuff top. The next item is this Pure Collection woman's top. It was 100% silk. I think I've had this before in a different colour, but the exact same top. That's the label for it. I paid for this one £3, and that went at £16.99. The next item is this woman's Orvis top. I generally don't pick up Orvis in the women's category. I think it is worlds apart from Orvis in the men's category. I know Orvis men's can do really quite well. I don't tend to find myself that I have the same success rate with the women, so I have stopped picking it up unless it stands out a little bit more. There's always an exception to the rule, I find. So I paid £3 for this one. It's a nice colour. It kind of has that like boho feel to it. And I listed this one originally at $14.99. So you can see someone's just bid it up just a little bit up to $15.49. This is just like a 50p increase. I purposely listed this cheaper because I just didn't want it hanging around. It's not, or this is usually just not a quick seller for me. I thought, oh, if I pay $3 for it and if I can at least get 15 plus post, then I'll give it a go. And this actually ended up going over to America. So it was an international sale. So they ended up paying, I think it's about £8 in postage, I'm not sure. So yeah, it ended up going over to America. So yeah, exception to the rule for me with Orvis on this one. This Reese Woman's jumpsuit, I paid £7.50 for this one. Let me get the label for you. That's the label there. It's black, which I think is good in jumpsuits. Jumpsuits being the long-legged version rather than playsuit, which I think is the short-legged version. That sold on its first bid at $29.99. And I put in the title that has pockets because anything that has pockets in women's clothing, like skirts, tops, just even trousers, I'll just say in the title it's got pockets, dresses, because people want items with pockets. These Salomon trainers, these are Gore-Tex. Let me see if I can get a photo of it. Anything Gore-Tex, if you see a Gore-Tex tag on there, then you're probably going to want to have a look on eBay and see whether it's worth money. But Salomon is a good brand. And I originally bought these back in summer at Car Boot Fair from two house clearance guys who were there pretty much every week. And they cost me less than £2. I bought a bundle of shoes off of them, these being the best in there. I think it was a pair of Birkenstocks and Adidas trainers. And I had originally listed these, I mean, these sold back in November on this winning bid here. I had listed them prior to that. And so they were going on at auction at the same price, $49.99. And I had a guy get in touch with me and he offered me less money for them. I knew that they would go for 50, so I didn't want to take less money for them. So I just, said no, I won't be taking any less for them. Let him know that. And he then said to me, are they genuine? And I had already done my research at this point. I thought, yeah, I knew that they were genuine. He said, the reason that I'm asking is because this brand actually doesn't do size 13. And so I went and had a quick look on their website, and I could see that actually when I was looking at their shoes, there wasn't a size 13 to select. So I thought there might be some truth in what he's saying and that maybe they were fake. So I actually ended up ending that auction and then posting on a Facebook group and asking if they were fake or not. And people got back in touch with me and said that they weren't fake. And actually, when I went and did some further research with the help of someone on Instagram onto the website, it seems like size 13 is not a size that they do for every single shoe, maybe. Only some shoes on the website had size 13 where you could select. They did also have size 13 in their size guide on their website too. So I don't know whether he thought that they genuinely could be fake or whether he was just trying to get a cheaper price. I'm not sure. Once I realized, once I was 100% positive that these were real, I went back and relisted them and got the winning bid, paid £50 for them. And then the last one, again, cashmere. So I think it's safe to say that cashmere does quite well on auction. This is just a Marks and Spencer's jumper. It's size 8. And it's got that sort of ribbed effect to it. And what Marks and Spencer's do is they actually put in their colours on their labels. I'm not really sure that anyone's searching for oatmeal, which is why I put beige in as well. But if I have space, then I will put it in, because maybe there are some die-hard Marks and Spencer's fans out there who know what they're looking for. But yeah, like I say, it's only if I have space. And I can't remember what I paid for this one, but doubt it would be more than sort of £6-7. And again, that one went on the first bid at £39.99. So yeah, I thought I'd just share how I've found doing auctions at the same price as buy it now price. I think I lowered my expectation as to how many would sell. So I thought I would just share those sales in terms of things to be looking out for, but also things going, not going on a buy now and just being interesting, that they're going for these asking prices on auction as well. Anyway, so thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be great. And I will speak to you again soon.